Hey, this is Gregory Kallenberg, and welcome to the premiere edition of PrizeCast. We're going to be here once a week, every day at noon, plus some incredibly special events. And today, I wanted to take this first episode to introduce you to some of the personalities that you know and love and let them talk about the things they're going to be doing every day during PrizeCast. Again, it will be here on the PrizeFest page at noon and also will be archiving on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. And with that, I would love to bring on the first guest of PrizeCast. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand to Kris Lyon.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Hey, it's well, Gregory. How are you holding up there in isolation?
I will tell you that it's a lot worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, I think it's all a little different than we expected.
I would love to tell you that it is just joyful being away from everyone, but that is not the case.
You love us too much.
I miss you guys dearly.
That's right.
Hey, so first and foremost, before we jump into it, tell us how you've been dealing with the quarantine. Lots of long nature walks. Learned how to ferment things.
Well, some nature walks. In the early days, I actually went to Common Park and kind of did a little cleaning up there. I've been playing plenty on my Switch and doing a lot of home cooking, actually.
Well, it is interesting. I have always... Really? Have you been doing a lot of home cooking?
100%.
I office with you. I just never knew you to be a home chef.
I got to tell you, I've gone from the ability to make a grilled cheese to making a grilled cheese with tomato soup.
Oh, awesome. Well, I think that explains exactly where I thought you were as a home chef. That is absolutely...
I have a lot to learn, apparently. Yeah.
So, it almost feels like we are busier than we've ever been at the Prize Foundation and doing what we're doing now. Could you maybe give people an overview of kind of where we are with Prize Foundation and some of the things we have coming up?
Sure. I mean, we've certainly pivoted to, a video platform, PrizeCast. And we've taken our events and changed them up. Some of them we've postponed to 2021, like Taco Wars. And then others like Film Prize Junior, we've moved to a completely online format. So there's certainly been a lot of work on the event side, but a lot of energy and a lot of love has been put into PrizeCast. And I'm so excited for everybody to see the content that we've been putting together for that.
Well, I mean, let's stop there for just like 1 second. PrizeCast, why don't you tell a bit what it is to you and why we're bringing it to the people?
PrizeCast to me is just a transformation of that same energy that we have seen throughout the history of Prize. One of the things that we pride ourselves on as an organization and as a community is being able to get together and be in the same room with each other and share that energy and that love. And now that one of those components has been taken and kind of set to the side for the health of the public, we've had to reinvent what that means. And there are a lot of great people out there doing content, and it makes sense for us with all the connections that we've been able to kind of bring together in the artistic and creative class here in Shreveport and Northwest Louisiana and really around the world. It made sense for us to try to kind of bring that to the people and make sure that people still had a bit of prize in their lives.
Well, 100%. And I couldn't agree with you more that there is some phenomenal content out there. And what's more, there are those creative spirits that we love so much that are out there really trying to make this happen. Can you give people a sneak peek of what they can expect with what you're going to be tackling with PrizeCast?
Sure. I've been working with the Film Prize filmmakers of 2019 to put together an online screening of a lot of the films that were participating in last year's Prize Fest. So if you missed it or you've been longing to see some of these films again, you're going to get that opportunity here coming up. And then also been working with some filmmaking experts and professionals to bring some really interesting tools to the basket of the filmmakers who are kind of stuck at home and looking for something to do and a creative outlet. So those are two things that we've been working on a lot.
Well, I cannot wait to show these episodes that you're working on to our public. They seem super excited from what we showed them with the premiere last week. I'm making everyone get out of their comfort zones. Your comfort zone tends to be Film Prize. So as a closing question, Can you give us a kitchen hack?
Well, that does remind me. I've found something that I've been using a lot recently, which is if you're going to be like reheating rice or pasta or something like that, take a paper towel and moisten it and put it over the bowl, and it helps steam up a little bit more and keeps your pastas and your rice from getting dried out.
I will tell you, if Bobby Flay comes on to PrizeCast, I think you just beat him. I think you just beat Bobby Flay, Kris.
I do my best.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Stick around. We got something coming up, but stick around. I want to bring up Stephen Knight. Stephen, are you there?
I am.
Stephen,
I am.
Stephen, are you there?
I think I am. Am I, Gregory?
You are there. I love hearing your voice. I love seeing your face. How are things at the Knight household these days?
So things are going pretty well. I think most of the team knows that both my parents work at the hospital full time, so I'm keeping a close eye on them. But they're going well. Everything's good. Everybody's healthy. I'm loving it.
So how excited, on a scale from 1 to 10, are you about hosting PrizeCast shows?
I mean, Gregory, you're only giving me 1 to 10. Why not 1 to a million? I'm so freaking excited to bring people a new platform that they can get to know not only us, but people in the community, people across the country and beyond. So I'm really excited about the opportunity.
It's when you say you're excited, what is it that you are excited about bringing to the people? I mean, again, what is so wonderful about you is you bring such a bright light to everything that we do. You make us smile all the time. Why are you so excited about bringing this beautiful thing to your friends and your prize buddies that are out there?
I'm particularly excited because I feel like we're gonna get the opportunity to dive in beyond, the surface level of who a lot of the professionals associated with the prize are. We're going to talk to bartenders and really ask them about their background, what inspires them. The same with culinary professionals, filmmakers, whatever the case may be. And that's one of the things I really enjoy doing as a part of this team is building those interpersonal relationships, building community, and really helping us connect in a new and special way. There may be things that you didn't know about a professional or somebody that you see every day, and we're going to help uncover those things through our shows.
Well, and that said, why don't you tell the folks out there about some of the episodes you're working on right now?
All right, so I just recently filmed an episode, if you cannot tell, about mixology and making those at-home quarantine cocktails, which we all need right now. Everyone needs a good cocktail in their back pocket. But also, I'm going to be talking to the chefs about like some pantry cooking, some really fun tips and tricks that you can use at home, and many, many other things that I don't want to spoil, but there are going to be some really cool concepts that we're all going to be working on, and I cannot wait to show them to everybody.
Well, Stephen, I will tell you, because today is special, because this is a premiere day, I am taking people a little out of their comfort zone, and I am really getting people to expand their minds and their hearts, especially those of us here on staff with the prize. I would like for you to dig deep within your soul and to get out of Food Prize, and then to give the people out there an interesting and useful fact about film or cinema.
Oh my gosh. Well, I happen to be a trove of weird or interesting facts that you wouldn't expect me to have. So this may be a good thing for you to use for trivia. If you have ever been an individual like me who has accidentally or nearly deleted something that you've been working on for a long time, you know that it is nerve-wracking and crazy to try to get that back together. So if you guys didn't know, and keep this in your back pocket, the Toy Story 2 film was completely or nearly completely deleted months from it being, from it premiering. So essentially what happened is somebody hit a master button to delete a subset of information, and it, from the core, deleted the entire film, which I wouldn't want to be a technical person on that set during that day. And not only did they delete it once, but they deleted it twice. Luckily, they had a technician who was at home on maternity leave the women are always saving her butt on maternity leave, and she actually had a backup drive of the film. So they were able to complete the film before their deadline, and you are a director, you're a filmmaker, so you know how crucial deadlines are. And always, always, always back up your films, your data people. It is so, so, so important. But yeah, that'd be the fact that I want to share.
I'm speechless. I don't know if I'm more amazed by that fact, or the fact that you knew that fact. Steven, that was astounding and amazing, and I cannot wait to see your episodes on PrizeCast. You might be moving over from Food Prize to Film Prize. Thank you so much. I would like to bring up our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the affable, lovable, and ebullient Kris Holland. Kris Holland, welcome to the premiere episode of PrizeCast.
Hey, Gregory, how are you?
I'm great. I am fantastic. I am curious about how you're doing. I'm curious how things are going with the quarantine and what it's like living with your husband, who, if I'm to judge from Facebook, is the bearded version of Martha Stewart.
Yeah, so things are a little bit weird around here. Most of you know me know that if we're talking about our Myers-Briggs types, I am a classic INTJ, like a 98% introvert. So social distancing and quarantine and social isolation is just like a cakewalk, a piece of cake for me, and I love it. I don't have to cancel plans with people because I just don't feel like going. I don't have to pretend that I'm sick to get out and go into a party I don't want to go to. I just don't have to go anywhere, and it's amazing. But Jason is your classic ENFP. So he is an extreme extrovert. This has been really hard for him. And so he goes to school online. He goes to work some days because he's a forester, and so that's an essential business. And it's no trouble for them to stay socially distanced at work. They're, 100 yards apart in the woods. It's fine. But during the evenings and the afternoons when he's home, he has been taking up cooking, which has been really cool for me because we've been together for almost 20 years now, and I have done the majority of the cooking for that time. And now he is not just, doing cooking because he wants to or because he has to. He's doing it because he wants to, and he's having a really great time learning different things. Just this week, he has made me a gumbo. He has made me banana bread. He got himself a little Blue Apron subscription to learn new methods of cooking. It's really cute and sweet, and I love it.
I got to tell you something. You kind of had me at banana bread. So your world is Startup Prize. I am curious about your personal views on the state of affairs as they stand now. And why do you think it's important that your constituency tunes into PrizeCast every day?
So a lot of what we do with the Startup Prize is actually focused on education, helping to educate and inspire our entrepreneurs to take their businesses and evolve them to the next level. And so what's really great about the PrizeCast is that we're able to continue holding events and lessons from our business mentors and doing roundtables with some of our fantastic attorneys and accountants and marketing gurus that we employ as our volunteer mentor base. And I think it's really great that through things like Zoom and WebEx, we're actually still able to get our entrepreneurial community together with those mentors to help them get the education that they all need and to give them advice for what's going on during this time, because we're in, as some folks have said, it's an unprecedented time. Merriam-Webster's word of the year is probably going to be unprecedented because that's just what's going on right now. Everything is happening for the first time. And so during these unprecedented times, I think it's fantastic that we're still able to get our mentor community and our entrepreneurs involved with each other to help give them the advice they need to weather this storm and come out on the other side stronger than ever.
Well, those are incredibly wise words. And again, if you're a small business person, you're an entrepreneur out there that needs help, I mean, Kris Holland and that tract is definitely going to be the one you're going to want to tune into along with all the other content. Kris, could you give people a little sneak peek into at least your first episode?
Well, my first episode is something really exciting. It's with a very dear friend of mine who is also basically a nationally world-renowned superstar in the world of accounting, Anna Gleason. Not only is Anna going to help people out by telling them a little bit about the available resources that are out there for small businesses and entrepreneurs to help weather this storm, like the CARES Act and the PPP. She's going to give you some information just about, in general, how accounting can help keep your small business or entrepreneur startup afloat. And what's even cooler is, some of you may know, some of you may not, but Anna is quite the singer-songwriter. And she has promised me that she'll sing you a cheerful little ditty on the way out of the PrizeCast episode with her. So if you want to see Anna do a little impromptu guitar solo, tune in and find out what she's going to sing for us.
Kris Holland, I've taken everyone out of their comfort zone. This is a wild day. This is a premiere day for PrizeCast. I would like you to come up with an essential fact, dig deep on this, an essential fact for something that everyone needs to know while they're in the kitchen.
So here, it's both an essential fact and a little bit of a hack at the same time. So, you've got your knives, you've got assorted spatulas and things like that, and you've got a bunch of really soft cheeses, and you want to cut those really soft cheeses. But you want it to be nice and neat and tidy, and you don't have one of those like crazy wire cheese cutter things, because who the hell has that at their house? Here's what you can do. Go to your bathroom and get out your dental floss, your waxed, plain dental floss, and just string a little bit out and wrap it around your fingers, and you can make the neatest, cleanest slices in like those fairly soft cheeses that just mush back together when you cut them with a knife. You can make tidy little slices to make yourself a perfect little prosciutto and cheese plate to eat while you're watching the film prize premieres.
Oh my God. I've never thought to go into my bathroom to do anything in the kitchen with dental floss, and you've changed the world today, Kris Holland. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
It works great for cakes too.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colby Doler.
Hey, how's it going?
Colby, welcome to the PrizeCast. Hey. What do you think?
It's amazing. I'm so excited.
Colby, your world is Film Prize Junior. Of course, that was one of the first things that we did something very special with. Could you give people an update on Film Prize Junior, where you are, and what direction the Prize Foundation's heading in?
Absolutely. Film Prize Junior is still going strong. I mean, we've moved the festival to an online event that's going to be taking place June 8th through 22nd. It's going to be fantastic. We pushed the turn-in deadline to May 25th to help these students finish their films. And we're still expecting record-breaking numbers and a ton of amazing student films. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. I know that these are like crazy times, but we knew we had to do this for these kids. And I think we've really come around. Like the teachers and the schools are still excited to participate, and our sponsors are excited as well. And the students, they can still sign up to compete in our PSA and commercial contest. And so these are really amazing opportunities, and all things considered, I think it's going to be a banner year for Film Prize Junior.
That's awesome. And of course, with that online component, everyone is going to be able to vote for these student films and be able to participate with these kids and help vote for that Film Prize Junior winner. So I'm really looking forward to that. Colby, you're also a filmmaker and a former Film Prize finalist. How are those filmmakers feeling out there? Are you in touch with that community and the way that they're interacting with Film Prize now that this quarantine's kind of keeping everyone at home?
Yeah, filmmakers are a resilient bunch. I've seen tons of great stuff come out of this. I've seen people working on scripts collaboratively and trying to get into pre-production early. Film Prize is still kicking a lot of butt right now, and I think it's still going to shake the earth this year whenever it comes. It's going to be awesome. I've had many friends and filmmakers and seen many filmmakers hard at work on their projects, like rewriting their scripts that they were going to jump into in April. Now they got to push and they have time to really think about it and do something great, and like I said, filmmakers they're a tough bunch, and they're motivated, maybe even more so now. And so I think we're expecting a great turnout of the films this year, especially, we've had plenty of filmmakers that are already finished filming that happened before the quarantine. So I think it's going to be a great year.
Well, cool. I think, of course, this whole thing started with Film Prize. So hearing optimism in that world is something I think we can all kind of throw our arms around and give a big warm hug to. Can you give people a sneak peek of what you're working on for PrizeCast?
Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be fantastic. So for my first thing, I'm gonna be doing an interview with a former film prize winner, Alexander Jeffrey, and I'm gonna be getting into the nitty gritty with questions and answers to things that film goers or film prize goers have never heard, and things that even his friends haven't even heard. Some amazing work that he's done since then, and even some tips and tricks on maybe how to win the grand prize. So it's gonna be worthwhile to watch. So it's gonna be amazing.
So, Colby, I don't know if you know this, but this is a special day, and so we're taking everyone out of their lane. We're making them think a little deeper about the other prizes that are there, really also showing the breadth of knowledge. I've been blown away by the facts that have been thrown at me. I'm going to throw a particularly hard one to you. You are a film prize guy, but being a film prize guy, you got to know a lot about business. So I am curious if you could throw us an essential fact about the financial world, or something that an entrepreneur should know if they want to move forward.
Oh man, yeah. Normally this would be out of my comfort zone for sure, but these are crazy times, and and the world is kind of sitting in limbo, seeing to see what's going to happen. And we're all paying more attention. So there's a lot of unknowns. But I've seen a silver lining. And that the healthcare and the tech industries have begun innovating at a rapid pace, and I've read some articles where experts are noticing huge shifts in the healthcare sector. That's very important, and stuff to be excited about. I just read an article by, I think it's Thomas Graham. He's the former chief innovative officer at the Cleveland Clinic, and he pointed out that dire circumstances surrounding the coronavirus outbreak have generated two key ingredients that are essential for innovation: collaboration and transparency. And that's really happening with a lot of these startups across the world. They're getting involved and helping stoke the fires of innovation, and they're really beginning to focus the massive potential on solving these societal issues. And so it's really inspiring, and it's reminding me to keep my head up, and I think that's just something really important to focus on, that not all of it's going to be doom and gloom. There's a lot of good we can get out of this.
I am super impressed. Colby, that was absolutely phenomenal. Hey, thank you for sharing that with us, and thanks for being here today, and I cannot wait for your upcoming episodes on PrizeCast.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm excited.
All right. Last but not least, we want to bring up one of our food prize friends. Give a huge virtual round of applause inside your own domicile for Chef Melissa Brannan. Chef, welcome to PrizeCast.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
You're a chef by training, and I think that there is this idea that we all have that you are always making something fabulous. What did your kids have last night?
We basically just kind of threw together a Korean barbecue. I had all the banchan ready. So we had, our bulgogi. We had all these different little sides. I made the rice. It was awesome. No.
Wait, I'm about to say, did you really have, I'm like, this
No.
is, can I be quarantined with you, please?
Can whoever is cooking the Korean barbecue feast tonight, I just put it on your porch and I will come by. We literally tonight we'll be having cheese quesadillas and sliced cucumbers, and that is living large.
I love that. To start with, and again, we're going to be getting way deep on food prize during PrizeCast. What are 5 things that everyone needs in their refrigerator during this quarantine? And maybe just a quick idea of what they could be doing with those things.
Vodka, for sure.
Right.
100%. For me, I would say first, eggs. I know it's simple, but eggs are pretty incredible, right? You can use them for sausage. You can use them just eat an egg, but super versatile and great for binding things. You can bake, you can cook. They are incredible. If the egg people are out there, I'll come talk for you. A lemon for me, I know, again, simple, but I love acid, and it always brightens a dish. And you might have vinegar around, but if you can have some fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice, and getting that zest off of there, it can transform a dish. Let's see, fish sauce, because sometimes you got to be a little funky, and it just changes the character of anything. I also tend to really love Vietnamese food. So having fish sauce around is always great. A little bit in that same vein, something briny. I don't know. It could be like pepperoncini that are kind of have a little bit of that salty, vinegary thing. It could be capers, olives, just something to kind of, it's an easy add that can kind of change a dish, right? Do I have 5 yet? How about a chili garlic paste? Because sometimes you run out of garlic and you don't have fresh jalapenos around.
I love it. I love it. These are things, I've written them down, and I will be ordering them off of Amazon.
I'll be keeping track.
Ordering them off of Amazon. Now, one of the great things about you is you're our newest member, and you joined us with such passion and really believe in that mission that we are here to elevate the culinary culture. These are, as Kris Holland said, unprecedented times. Do you think PrizeCast can help us accomplish that goal?
Absolutely. What I'm really excited about PrizeCast is, we get to interact with the chefs a lot, and maybe the Golden Fork Society gets to come out and talk with some of these chefs. But I think PrizeCast, we're really having the opportunity to dive deep with some of these chefs and really hear about their influences, hear about their background, taking concepts, information, inspiration from them. And we may be hanging out in Shreveport some, but the world's our oyster. The thing about PrizeCast is we can really go anywhere, right? So I'm thrilled about where we're heading with this.
So can you give people just a bit of a sneak peek? I mean, I will tell you, Food Prize is something I am most excited about, just because of all the different directions. If nothing else, the ambition is unbridled. Tell people a little bit about what they can expect in the upcoming episodes for PrizeCast.
Sure, absolutely. Well, you'll definitely be getting to know some chefs better. I had a chance to sit down with Anthony Fallon recently, which was amazing. So getting to hear a little bit of his story, as well as some very useful tips. We'll be doing demos. I mean, that's just kind of the start. There's really more to come. And again, I'm excited with the possibilities.
Well, I have been absolutely floored by what I thought would be the impossible exercise of taking people out of their lane, dropping them on a strange planet. Kris Holland from Startup Prize being dropped on Food Prize Planet, Colby Doler being dropped on Startup Prize Planet. I mean, astounding stuff. You're last. You've got to knock it out of the park here. So, Melissa Brannan, give us all an incredible fact about film or cinema.
Okay. I don't know if this is necessarily what you're looking for, but two confessions. I'm an Alfred Hitchcock fan. I grew up watching the old Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and The Birds was the first horror movie that my mom let me rent because it wasn't R. So I'm a big Hitchcock fan. Also, confession, I am watching toilet paper dwindle away very quickly at my house and have not found any. So here's my little bit of Hitchcock cocktail info. Psycho is kind of this incredible movie. If you have never seen it, shame on you. And what was, of course, very shocking was the shower scene. I think it's fair to allow spoilers at this point. But what was even more shocking to viewers, is that it is the first movie where a toilet was ever flushed on screen. And I know where Janet Leigh rips up and throws it in and flushes. It becomes the evidence later. But anyway, that is my bit of cocktail trivia around film. So
I will tell you just the fact I was trying to figure out how the arc was going to work, and we were going to work toilet paper into the whole thing, and you did it beautifully.
Thank you. It's storytelling, right?
Job. So here's what I'd like to do. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who stuck around and watched this premiere episode. Remember, here at the PrizeFest page, also on the YouTube page, we have a PrizeCast every day of the week, and we'll also have very special episodes that are going to be coming up. Again, Kris Lyon mentioned it, but Kris Lyon will be doing a presentation of the 2019 Teal Slate on Friday at 6 p.m. right here, so do not miss that. We'll also be talking about the other episodes as you see each episode come down the pike as they're aired. And again, they're first going to be aired tomorrow at noon. I'd like to bring everybody back. Can I do that? Is that everyone? Can I bring? Hey, everyone's here. Everybody wave. Hey, it's a Zoom call. Who knew? Technology. Give me a thumbs up. You guys did a beautiful job. Thumbs up, Steven. Jump in there. You're a bartender now. All right, we're going to lift our glasses because we did it. We did our first episode of PrizeCast. And together, we're going to say Viva la PrizeCast on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Viva la PrizeCast!
Hey, see you guys tomorrow at noon and every day after that. Thanks for being with us, and Viva la PrizeCast.